from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Houston Texans.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how... Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
2nd and 10. They run it again with Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Texans have moved out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better...
We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fights through, and now a crease. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. He's well on his... to throw now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 39 yards there, a big one.
A 39-yard gain on the play. And the Texans first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it'll...
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Garner. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And the Texans will take over. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to...
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is...
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. where you see the final score there. Jaden Daniels leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Josh Allen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out.
So we're in the third quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Garner. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Garner.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The sack goes to Chris Barnes.
now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken around the 12. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious?
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
And I think we both agree. He'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Flushed out right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 9.
Now back to throw.
He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Chris.
8-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh?
Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner in the sportsmanship handbook. Something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Eluding the pressure right.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and...
He'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up complete...
Start of the drive here, fourth quarter, and this defense looking for a stop. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Derek Hall from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Jones. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Texans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incomplete. That could have been an interception.
They're going to look to throw. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 31 yards.
And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. Foster on 2nd down as they've got it as we resume action.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Faulkner to the right side and intercepted. Inside the 10.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than...
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
Here's Jones on the return. He had his sights on the... They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change it. Time now to see what this defense can do. Second quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the Titans who get the win at home. The Titans are looking to get back to the playoffs, and they've had a strong first half of the year as they up their mark to 5-2. Next, we head off to check out another game. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Tua Tagovailoa, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got... They'll start on the ground with Foster. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Faulkner. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake. Faulkner. Under pressure, they got him again.
Derek Hall
in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, Faulkner into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Chris Barnes.
And it's a touchdown.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even...
There he goes left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Harris.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. This defense back out there with the lead and also with a shutout intact as they look to finish this off in the 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Faulkner.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Faulkner. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And it's all but certain.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Houston, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.